2/3 of the battle is the casting. If you cast something wrong, you never get it right. If you cast someone who can't play a part, you're dead.
Have you been in that situation?
Once or twice.
Yeah.
It's very hard to deal with. I've been in that situation with an elderly actor who was good but couldn't remember the lines. I've been in that situation with someone who was a big TV star and the producers wanted them cast. I've been in that situation 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
Big star who actually couldn't act at all, but you couldn't really tell it from the way they were on TV.
So what do you do? How do you handle that?
Well, generally you have a flop. Or you fire them and you bring in somebody else.
Who were some of the real professionals though that you loved working with in your career?
So many. Nearly everybody.
Really? Like Joe Pesci on it?
Joe Pesci is a brilliant actor. He's a wonderful actor, and so is Marisa Tomei. So was the whole cast of that movie. Fred Gwynne, Ralph Macchio, they were all wonderful. Mitchell Whitfield, they were all great.
What do you make of the story, though? I'm sorry, continue your thought. I don't want to. No, I have. What do you make of the story, though, that Jack Palance at the Oscars didn't like? Have you heard this story? Didn't like who actually won Best Actress and gave it to Marisa Tomei? I mean,
yes.
I think the Oscar win is legitimate, but that's strange that story has surfaced, isn't it?
Well, it surfaced that week.
Did it?
Yes. Surfaced right away.
I'm here to present the first award of the evening. The category is Best Actress in a Supporting Role. And the nominees are Judy Davis in Husbands and Wives, Joan Plowright in Enchanted April, Vanessa Redgrave in Howard's End, Miranda Richardson in Damage, Marisa Tomei in My Cousin Vinny. There's one thing I forgot to mention, and that is that this is one of the few times in the history of Academy Awards that 5 foreign actresses were up for the same award, 4 English and 1 from Brooklyn. And for the best performance by an actress in a supporting role, the Oscar goes to... And the Oscar goes to Marisa Tomei in My Cousin Vinny.
Thank you so much.
I don't believe it. Because nobody thought she would win the Oscar because she was up against 4 much more famous actresses, and this was her first big movie.
Right.
So nobody thought she would. On the other hand, it had opened in March. The Oscars were the following, I don't know, January or something. And throughout that year, everybody I met said to me, who is that wonderful actress in Vinny? So I wasn't a bit surprised. I mean, I knew that most people in our industry had thought she was great. So I knew a proportion of them would vote for her. So I was perhaps the only person who wasn't surprised.
You never talked to Palance about it, huh?
I've never met Jack Palance, and I think it was, and I really don't believe it was true.
I don't think it's true either, but it's one of those stories that...
I mean, there have been mistakes made. Recently, 2 or 3 mistakes were made, and they've always been instantly corrected.
Yeah.
LA, whatever, La La Land or whatever it was called.
Yeah,
they said it had won and it hadn't, and that they corrected it within a minute. I don't think it could have been could have stood. I don't think it could have stood if it was a mistake.
Is an actor like Pesci, is he open to being directed, or does he have it all worked out? Does he want to hear your both?
He's open to being directed, but he does have it all worked out.
Mm-hmm.
And in a way, that's how it should be, because films are not done with much rehearsal. So if you haven't really thought about your character and the scene before you get to do it, you're unlikely to do it very well. But on the other hand, he certainly was directable. I mean, there was no problem about telling him where I wanted to be in the set, in the scenes, in the courtroom, and he was open to direction. But he was pretty clear on how he wanted to play it, which is necessary. What we didn't do is rehearse, because normally because I come from a theatre background, I normally like to have a week's rehearsal or even 2 weeks, because it speeds up the shoot so much, because you don't have those moments when an actor comes onto the set at 7 o'clock in the morning, looking at the script and saying, what's this scene about? What's my motivation here? Uh-huh. You've dealt with all that in rehearsal. And you've also worked out what the first shot or what most of the shots are going to be. So what that means is you don't have that thing that I used to be driven mad by when I acted years ago. You'd go there and you'd do a rehearsal, and then to do a rehearsal again, and then the director would bring in the cameraman, and they'd stand around saying, "Where should we put the camera? You know, no, I think we'll put it over there." And then they'd set up a camera, and the director wouldn't like the shot, so they'd change the shot, and then he'd make you rehearse it again. By the time you came to shoot it, it was dead. So what I like to do is work out the shots with the cameraman in the rehearsal process. That doesn't mean they won't change on the day if an actor comes up with a better idea, or if I come up with a better idea, or if the cameraman does. But generally speaking, I go into a film knowing essentially what every shot is.
They were known as Lucifer and the Men with Painted Faces when they burned New Orleans to the ground. And when they sacked Panama, I knew that my road to redemption would be paved with tombstones. And by the time they brought the apocalypse to West Africa and the Indian Ocean, I would come to know 2 words with biblical significance. No quarter. No quarter. Kill All Masters. Rated R. Coming soon. Available on all platforms. Visit noquarterkillallmasters.com.